Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Shadow Salamence, and you might think, oh, wrong league here, not the Great League, it must be the Master League Premier Cup. But no, we're going to have a legend run here that got sent to me with the Shadow Salamence, which is quite ridiculous, and it's going to be from a trainer from Brazil, which is really cool, climb up to 3038 with this team here. And so we're going to take a look at this team as well. We're going to see already that the first opponent is going to be running one of the most common teams currently, which is going to be the Marowak here in the back. We're either going to have like now the Gaston or the Diggersby in the back, and the Wiggly Tough in the lead. That's a very common line here, but no matter what Pokemon they're going to have in the back now, if it's Diggersby, if it's going to be especially Gaston, it's going to be very good for that Salamence. And so we're going to have a great core of Salamence plus Clodsire. As you're going to see here, Gaston going to be even better for you. And look at the damage output of this Pokemon. It is ridiculous. You can even take a Body Slam here as well. And this game is so over at this point, as you're going to see here. You're just going to be able to go for the full farm, and it's going to be a game over. So, next opponent, we're going to see another Wiggly Tough. It is a different game. The last Marowak was shiny, and this is like the thing as well. Like I saw a video, like people in the comment section being like, oh, did I copy from XY YouTuber who also made a video about this team as well. This team was insanely common when I hit Legend as well. Literally everyone was using it, and I got those battles sent as well, or like I got asked to showcase those battles as well when I was literally able to hit Legend as well. And this case showcases the exact meta that I was facing the entire time as well. Really tough double ground was insanely common, and here we're gonna see the exact same matchup again, which I didn't know. Of course, I didn't look at the battles yet at all. And this is of course an instant win again. We see the exact same matchup here, which is ridiculous that we're going to have it back to back. The opponent this time around, we see a fly coming through though, which is going to make it of course very easy for these Salamence to get the shield here. We can use a shield as well, and you're gonna be able to easily win this battle. As we will see the Body Slam coming through, we're gonna see the full farm down, and this is going to be a very good game here. So Wiggly Tough does not want to battle against either Clodsire or the Salamence here, and this is going to be a good game. Maybe a different team this time around. It's going to be Fortress, so something different, finally. We're going to see that you're going to stay in, of course, and we're going to also have a Dugong coming in. This is actually great for you because you have an Ice-type weakness on this team. You have a double weakness, and you have two single weakness to Ice-type, but at least you're going to have here also a Frenzy Plant, which is going to hit them for super effective damage, and definitely going to either force a shield here or get nearly the knockout as well. And the opponent actually overfarms well a little bit here, which is great for you. This is going to allow us to go for a Frenzy Plant. We will see the knockout coming through, and we have now Clodsire against Pokemon. It's going to be still an uphill battle for you. You have to hope that there's not going to be another Ice type in the back. We will see here the Earthquake coming through, but this is a very sad deck. It would have been actually better here to go for the Sludge Bomb now, as the opponent was able to go for that Icy Wind. But Earthquake is going to connect now. You might even want to swap out into your Salamence afterwards, even though it seems a little bit silly. No, never mind. Don't mind me there as well. You would have not been able to farm them down in time there. Like the Ice Shadow would have done a little bit too much damage. I thought Earthquake would do a little bit more, but now it's down to the Salamence to win the battle. It is a Bug Bite Fortress. Why would you run Bug Bite? Volt Switch is the way to go right now. Bug Bite is not a great move on this Pokemon at all. As you guys see here, Salamence, it's going to make it quite easy for you, as you're going to be able to knock that Pokemon out. They still actually have that Ice type in the back, but they decide to just forfeit here. Next opponent, not ideal in the lead, but actually not that bad for for the Clodsire either. Honestly, I kind of would like to see someone running Clodsire with the Mega Horn just for this specific move, like this specific matchup here, because Mega Horn going to one-shot the opponent, of course, but just not worth it. Like Mega Horn, like bug typing is so bad in general that I don't really understand why they are mainly only bad bug type moves as well. Like why is there not like U-turn or something like this? Because like if you think about the bug types, what are they going to be able to hit? Psychic type Pokemon, Dark type Pokemon, as well as Grass type Pokemon. And especially Psychic and I guess Dark type, like a little bit, is going to be like just, yeah, types are not very common currently. But also the Pokemon that resist bug typing is quite ridiculous. Like even here, as we saw there just now, the opponent's Talonflame, for example, double resisted. They're like Flying type, Fire type, Steel type Pokemon resist bug. There are like so many types that resist bug typing, and it's just not a great type it's in general. So would really like to see a little bit of a buff towards this one. We're going to have Alone Sandslash against us here, which is not going to be a great matchup at all. And I'm fairly certain it's going to be a loss here, as again, Ice types are quite difficult, but again, this is going to be a Legend team here. So someone like here for Hexagon definitely was able to get quite a decent climb with this team. And as you will see here, the opponent is going to go back into the Talonflame. We have the Aerial Ace coming through, and there is no way of you winning this battle, and so you can, I guess, just forfeit here, or just let the Talonflame do the job there as well. As you're going to see, you're going to let the move go through, and it's going to be a good game. Next opponent, we're going to see here Clodsire against Moltres. I actually had a Moltres today in my adventure instance, and it fled because I had my Go Plus Plus on, so that was not ideal. But yeah, would have been not a shiny anyway. But anyway, Moltres is definitely one of the best Pokemon currently to run, and together with Feraligatr is not too uncommon either. But that's going to be great for you as you're going to be able to go for the full farm run here with the Superior. Or can you? I actually think you have to go for a charge move. You have to go for a charge move here, which is a very, very tough for you. It's going to be an Area Ace coming through, and we will see here the opponent going back into the Moltres. Moltres is definitely not going to enjoy this one. Moltres is quite squishy, as we're going to see as well. Resisted hit, that's 50% of the opponent's health. So we will see as well that the Moltres is coming back in. We're going to use a shield. No, we're actually going to no shield here and just rely on that Salamence to win the battle. And this was a great decision, as we're going to see the Gaston in the back. I guess Gaston Moltres does make a lot of sense in terms of like what kind of Pokemon you play. And generally speaking, this team makes a lot of sense from the opponent. You have a Flying type Pokemon in the lead, being able to beat Grass type Pokemon. You have a Saystop that's Water type to bait out Grass type Pokemon, but also has the Ice Beam coverage to punish Grass type Pokemon. So I have to say, I really enjoy, or like the opponent's team here doesn't really help them because I'm very certain they're still going to lose this battle here. But it's going to be actually quite close. Like, you have to hope that your other Pokemon, the Clodsire, still gets to a charge move here, which you have anyway, so it's going to be fine. And so this is going to be a very good game, and the opponent's Pokemon goes down. So, next opponent, we're going to have Morpeko here. That's going to be a great lead matchup for you. In general, a great matchup throughout the entire team for you, because you do a ton of damage with the Salamence already. Morpeko doesn't have a great defense stat. And you're going to have also access to, of course, your Grass type Pokemon, which is going to be great for a main electric type attacker anyway. So as we'll see here, Start Bomb is coming through. You could actually decide to swap onto the Superior, which you wanted to do as well. But this time around, you let the move go through again. You can now keep the energy for later on, which I like as a play, because here's the thing as well. Superior is actually quite decent against Goodra, because Goodra mainly does damage with the Water type damage there with Aquatear, as well as Electric type damage with Thunder Punch, and both of them are going to be resisted from Grass type Pokemon. So, funnily enough, Goodra doesn't have a great interaction with Grass type Pokemon. Grass type Pokemon are quite decent against Goodra. And so, as we will see here, the opponent is going to keep. Oh, they use both of their shields on their Morpeko. You could use a shield here as well, just to get rid of it. Or you could even, you can let this move go through. That is amazing for you. This is lovely for you, because this is going to allow you to just knock them out, keep 2 shields, and 2 shields on Salamence. Knowing there's a Goodra, knowing that you can get a free fast move in here as well, is like so important. But then there's going to be an Azumarill on the back, and you might think, oh, that's going to be a loss now. How could you do this? How can you win this battle? Hey, Fly is going to do a ton of damage here. I would not be shocked if this is going to 2-shot the opponent's Azumarill, because it's easily 2-shotting them. Otherwise, you still have the Sludge Bomb stored anyway as well, and this is going to be fine then as well for you. But this is going to be ridiculous. Look at this KO here as well. This is perfect, and we're gonna now move on to the next opponent. Next opponent, we're gonna see here the Malamar in the lead again. Malamar is going to be a Pokemon where you can stay in again. Try to just play this one out a little bit. Definitely going to be nice for you if you're going to get this Pokemon a little bit lower, as you're going to have, of course, that Salamence still in the back. And I don't think that the fast move of Malamar is too great against Salamence. Salamence does always like when it's like some like sluggish moves, like one-turn fast moves are really, really difficult for this Pokemon. And as we will see here, this Pokemon is going to use a shield actually, which might be very good for you. I would just let the move go through. I actually would go ahead and go into my Superior here, but you can go into both of them. And you decide to go into the Superior. I agree with this. They're going to still get to another move. I would let the move go through as well. Perfect play here again. And now you can have the shield advantage for your Salamence, but not only this, you are also basically at a Frenzy Plant, which is going to be maybe impactful for later on. But look at this. They're going to have 2 elemental Pokemon in terms of a Water type and a Fire type. Issue is, fast move of the opponent is actually chunking way more than I expected. And so you're forced to use a shield here, guaranteed forced to use a shield there. And I could even see a play where it is the best. Oh, never mind. This might actually be super impactful for you, because now you can go for the Fly. I wouldn't be shocked if this is actually going to knock them out as well immediately here. And it does, and this is going to be ridiculous on how strong Salamence is. Next opponent, we're going to have here the Clodseye in the lead, and we're going to have an Earthquake and Sludge Bomb variant. You can go for the bait if you want to. It is very risky to go for a bait here because the opponent doesn't need to use a shield. It is likely that they shield, which in this case they didn't. But yeah, it is definitely always a little bit risky. We're going to see the Sludge Bomb coming through here now as well. Sludge Bomb is going to be able to get the shield from them, and you can just stay in here. This is a great matchup. I have no idea where the opponent decides to go ahead and go into the Machamp here, because Machamp is not going to be a Pokemon where you want to have your the Clodseye is against Machamp, not really a great matchup for the Machamp. Machamp is only doing resisted damage. There is Payback, which is a Pokemon can learn, which does some neutral damage, but basically anything else, Machamp does not want to align against the Clodsire. And as we will see as well, we're gonna have the Cross Drop coming through, getting some solid damage into you, and we will have now the Sludge Bomb going to connect, knocking them out, and my Nemesis in the back. If you follow this channel for a little bit longer, Low Kicks is literally the one Pokemon this season that I despise. I don't like this one at all. And now you're gonna try to rely on your final Pokemon. Oh no, they got the move. Catnap's move is good and bad at the same time, actually. You can just swap out now. You can let the move go through. I would let the move go through and go for the full farm down. I think going for the full farm down is going to allow you to do some great stuff here. As we will see here, the Salamence is going to be able to just go ahead and use Shield. Sludge Bomb coming through here, and you can go for the full farm down. And you have to use another shield here as well, though. But it's going to be okay for you, as we will have now the Fly coming through, but the opponent sadly decided to forfeit already before that. Next one, we're going to have here the Toxapex, and Toxapex is definitely going to be a Pokemon that you're going to love in the lead, and they're going to go into a DLSB, and it's going to be better for you for sure to go into your Grass-type Pokemon here. Well, it looks like a very positive matchup. You have a Ground-type against a Flying-type with the Salamence. It is better to go for the Grass-type here, while they have very likely Fire Punch, I want to say. No, they have Hyper Beam. You're going to be able to now go for the Aerial Ace, and you just guarantee aligning yourself, and alignment is key, especially with a Salamence in the back, and you're very likely going to encounter another Ground-type Pokemon in the back. I could see this for sure, like maybe a Marowak, something like this, and then you would be way better off anyway with your own Salamence. You might see a Brine coming through here, which doesn't do really a lot of damage, like around 30% of your health is going to go down here, and they gonna try to catch maybe? They do not, and so Earthquake is going to connect now. Earthquake is going to do a ton of damage, and it's going to put them even into range now where you can farm them down all the way with your own Salamence. Letting this move go through is a bit risky, but it's still definitely the better move to go for, I feel like as well. I do agree with this play. Earthquake is going to now knock out the opponent, and now it's down to these Shadow Salamence there in the back, and it's actually going to be the Marowak in the back. I did not know this again. I had no idea about the battles, but this is hilarious. Into the final battle for today. Thanks so much for sending the gameplay. They actually sent in way more gameplay as well, but I kind of want to keep my videos around like the 14/15 minute mark. This always gives you a very decent overview on how to play a team without being kind of repetitive. And as you will see here as well, the opponent is going to have a Morpeko in the lead. And honestly, I would recommend you to use a shield here. And you do this because our wheel is very scary if they would connect with it. Like this, you can now guarantee that the opponent is going to go ahead and go for Psychic Fangs afterwards. And they swap out into the Feraligatr, allowing it to go into your own Superior. You can take a hit here, I think, but actually Ice Beam or from a Shadow variant is going to do a lot of damage, putting you into range where if they want to use a shield here, they're going to be able to keep alignment. And they want to use a shield here, which is not ideal. And so we will now see very likely the swap into the Salamence, and Salamence has a lot of potential to sweep this end game here. We will see the shield coming up here for sure, but now you're going to have access to still Fly, of course, which is going to be okay. We see the Morpeko coming in. You can go for the Fly, but you lose the CMP tie. Morpeko has more attack than a Shadow Salamence. That seems ridiculous. You're going to be able to knock them out now, but I'm fairly certain you really needed to get this charge move done beforehand, as you will now see the opponent coming into. Let's see what it's going to be. It is going to be the Feraligatr again, so you're forced to go for a charge move here as well. It's going to be the Sludge Bomb, and this is going to take the knockout, but they're going to have their own Clodsire on the back. You might be just in range where you can still survive an Earthquake, but I feel like you're just barely out of that range. And so, as you will see here, the opponent is not going to be in a spot. I don't know, is it going to be enough? It's going to be so close. If it's going to knock you out, it's going to be game over, and it barely doesn't, so you sadly lose the battle. But good game there. Thanks so much for sending in the battles. Hopefully you enjoyed the video here as well, and if you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.